Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm Lance and this is Higher Living. And I help people wake up to their best and happiest lives. So today, there's actually a movie I saw recently, kind of discovered it late, considering when it came out. And that was Yes Man by Jim Carrey. And love Jim Carrey movies. And the more I've watched them, with the exception maybe Ace Ventura, a lot of them have like deeper meanings. And Yes Man was one that really inspired me. And that's kind of the topic of the video today, is 3 reasons that we need to say yes more to life. And a little bit more about the movie. So he was an unhappy guy, going through the motions in life. His job sucked. His relationship was failing. He kind of always blew people off, you know, like people would ask him, his friends, if you want to go do this, and he'd be lying to them and they'd bust him. Long and short, he was saying no to life. And thinking about that, how often are we asked to do things in life? Maybe it could be as simple as someone asking you to go out to dinner after work or something, or a trip, or to try something different. But I think most times we already have our mind made up. And a lot of times we lie about it and make excuses like, I can't do it. I'm already busy then. But in the back of our mind, it's our own fears. Oh, is that going to cost money? Do I have the money for that? What will someone think if they saw me at something like that? We have so much crap in our heads, so many reasons to say no. And life is not about saying no. It's about saying yes. So long and short of it, back to the movie, his life was going miserably. He got drugged to a seminar, by an old coworker. He was having a crazy, more exciting life. He was kind of like, whoa, what happened to you? So it was like a motivational seminar, but the rule was like, everyone had to say yes to everything. Yes to everything. So he leaves the meeting. A homeless guy asks him for a ride to a park. Long and short of it, you know, I'm not going to ruin the whole movie, but he has to drive him out there. The guy uses his phone till it dies. He runs out of gas. The guy asks him for money, and he gives him a little bit, and the guy's like, well, do you have more? He's like, yes. He had to keep saying yes. So he was so frustrated, like, look where this has got me. I'm out of gas. You know, the guy killed my phone. So much for that. Well, guess what? He ends up meeting the girl that he ends up with that comes by and gives him a ride. But the point of the story, and as he continues to say yes, his friendships improve. His relationships improve. His job situation improves just by saying yes. And there is a lesson at the end of it that you don't just say yes. You still have to be true to yourself. But today I want to talk about 3 reasons that we should say yes more to life. The first is to get out of our comfort zone. It's very easy for us to exist where we are. We all want things more. We want more things in life. But what are we doing about it? What chances are we taking? You know, no one's coming to your door to knock on the door. Nobody's going to find you nowhere if you're not putting yourself out there more. And in order to have change in life, we have to make changes. How many of you are going through your daily routine that changes very little? How many times a day are you saying no to things really without even being open to saying yes? It starts with being open. So, you know, we got to be more open to it. And the more that we get out of our comfort zone, the more change that brings into our life. The number 2 reason is taking risk and saying yes more is going to bring about more courage in your life. Sometimes it takes small steps for us to make. It may be small changes, but those small changes lead to more small changes. And to do things that we're uncomfortable doing, that brings about courage. And courage is a really tough part of growth. We just like things the way they are. We don't like the apple cart to be rocked. But the more that you do things that make you uncomfortable, that you take risks, that you say yes to something, even if you don't know if you've got the money for it or whatever, just say yes anyway and see what happens. You never know. Maybe that money will show up. Maybe the universe has been waiting on you to say yes to something, to fill in those gaps, the things that you need in your life. But the more you say yes, the more you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, the more that it's going to bring about courage in your life. And the 3rd reason to say yes more to life is that it can open a door that you never knew was there, a door you've been waiting to open. back to what I'd said earlier, no one's going to come to your house. We all want more, but what are we doing about that? And sometimes it doesn't, we have these plans like, oh, I got to do this and this and this. And sometimes it's just as simple as getting out there. Showing up is half the battle. And have you ever heard of someone who was in the right place at the right time, or had a chance encounter with someone that changed their life? Very likely they had to say yes to get in that position. So as you go through today, as opposed to going through those reasons, when maybe there's an opportunity presents itself, it could be something simple, but you never know what's going to happen. So before you initially say no, start saying yes. Start saying yes to more things in your life. And it's going to give you that opportunity. The more that we say yes to life, the more that life can say yes back to us. And I'm going to end today with one of my favorite quotes by Terence McKenna. I have it taped on my desk. And it has a lot to do with this lesson. The quote goes, "Nature loves courage. You make the commitment, and nature will respond to that commitment by removing impossible obstacles. Dream the impossible dream, and the world will not grind you under. It will lift you up. This is the trick. This is what all these teachers and philosophers who really counted, who really touched the alchemical gold, this is what they understood. This is the shamanic dance in the waterfall. This is how magic is done. By hurling yourself into the abyss and discovering that it's a feather bed." All right, everybody. Have a happy now, because you can't be happy yesterday and you can't be happy tomorrow. And say yes more. Just say yes. Quit questioning it. Take that chance. Take that leap. It may work out a lot better than you ever imagined. Thanks, everybody. Have an awesome day.